There it is. Good afternoon, everybody. If you would all please silence your cell phones. Please come forward, or feel free to come forward and take photos of the graduates when they get their certificates and awards. Would you please rise for the entrance of the graduating class and the posting of the colors? Please post the colors. Permission granted.
Ready? Post! Color guard, post the colors. Ready? Hold. Ready? Post. Dress. Cut. Uniform personnel, honor guard. Present arms.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Order, arms. Ready, face. Forward, march.
Please be seated. Good afternoon. I'm Stuart Miller. I am currently the interim coordinator of the Basic Patrol Academy for North Idaho College. It has been my honor and privilege to work with this class N0122, as they embark on their careers in law enforcement. Welcome, family, friends, and distinguished guests of the graduates of this class. Please join me in welcoming special guests at the head table, Dr. Michael Sabali, North Idaho College, Dr. Cassie Silvis, Interim Provost, North Idaho College, Doug Anderson, Interim Co-Dean for Career and Technical Education, North Idaho College, Tracy Struble, Division Chair for Business and Professional Programs, North Idaho College, Chaplain Sara Garrison, and Chief Lee White, Coeur d'Alene Police Department. Thank you, welcome, and thank you for your support of the Basic Patrol Academy and our graduates. I would also like to thank Abby Owens, our administrative assistant, truly my right hand during this academy, truly. And the Law Enforcement Advisory Committee, many of whom are in this with us today, as well as Mark Gidney with Post, North Idaho, she's here. Anyway, I'd like to thank him too. I would like to give a huge thank you to the backbone of this program, all of the dedicated professional instructors who shared their knowledge, experience, and expertise with the class. Without the dedicated cadre of instructors who constantly juggle their schedule to accommodate the academy schedule, this program would not be successful. Finally, I'd like to thank the various agencies that allow and provide the instructors and our role players to the program so that the students are successful. The academy schedule is more than a full-time job. We work approximately 10 hours a day, some instances into the night. Whether at the academy or at home, the students had to study, practice skills, write reports, and prepare their uniforms for each day over the past 17 weeks. This dedication and perseverance took valuable time from their families and their loved ones. This includes many of you in the audience. We would like to recognize spouses, significant others, parents, grandparents, children, and friends, and those important to the graduating class who have provided outstanding support and guidance and inspiration to their respective recruit. This is the 27th class of the North Idaho College Basic Patrol Academy, class N0122, and we are graduating 5 student recruits. 1 from the Kootenai County Sheriff's Office, 1 from the Rathdrum Police Department, 1 from the Coeur d'Alene Tribal Police Department, and 2 self-sponsored recruits. After weekly assignments as the class leader, about a quarter way through the academy, the class elected a class president and vice president. The class elected Kootenai County Sheriff's Office Ben Whipple as their president, and Rathdrum Police Department's recruit Jared Henniger as vice president. Each of them did an outstanding job and performed professionally in their leadership roles and represented the class very well. Academically, the class average was a solid A-. Pretty impressive, including the amount of information they received each week and fast-paced manner in which they had to retain it. Now, to the class of N0122, your day is finally here. Just a short 17 weeks ago, we met under some of the most difficult and confusing circumstances. I have greatly appreciated your understanding and support when we had to change the schedule or plans with little to no notice. You always embraced the changes with a positive attitude most of the time. Through over 600 hours of online learning, in-class lecture, and practical instructions, you have absorbed a huge amount of information and training. The scenario-based training and field skills days allowed you to put your knowledge to the test, and you performed very well. You were sprayed with OC, which proved not to be very pleasant. You questioned a 5-second ride on a taser, and you were shot at with Sims, endured sun, rain, snow, and wind, most of the time in the same hour, while you're at the EVOC track, the range, and other field training. You also got to swim in the frigid lake in March, suffered some scrapes, bruises, and sore muscles in PT and defensive tactics. You endured seemingly endless PowerPoint lectures, took numerous written tests, and pushed through some of the most strenuous workouts you could possibly get. This took some serious commitment on your part and is a significant accomplishment you should all be proud of. 17 weeks ago, 5 individuals arrived the first day of the academy. While you each receive a graduation certificate today, you have formed into one cohesive team. I encourage you to maintain the teamwork and friendships you have formed as you move into your new careers, a career that you chose. I also encourage you to keep learning every day, for success is a journey, not a destination. During the academy, we stress the core values of law enforcement culture and profession. These include professionalism, chain of command, integrity, respect, honesty, leadership, courage, and strength. These are the very values that carried you through life and your new career, but don't ever forget about compassion, empathy, and humility as you perform your duties, as they were equally important. I admire your commitment and professionalism, and I appreciate your dedication to yourself, your classmates, and your agency or your future agency, and the community you serve. It has been truly an honor working with you. Congratulations on a job well done. In addition to this being a celebration for the graduating recruits, this is also a day of remembrance. First, we honor and remember Sergeant Greg Moore of the Coeur d'Alene Police Department. who on this day, May 5th, 2015, 7 years ago, was killed in the line of duty protecting the citizens of Coeur d'Alene. Each year that goes by, we continue to miss him and we give reverence for his sacrifice. Second, we honor and remember our coordinator and friend, Fred Swanson. This academy was unfortunately Fred's last. Fred passed away less than a month into this academy after being hospitalized in late December 2021. Fred dedicated his professional life to serving. After a successful 30-plus years in law enforcement, he retired and started serving in a different way by teaching and mentoring the future of law enforcement. Fred began his second career with the North Idaho College as the coordinator instructor for the Basic Patrol Academy in 2016. He successfully graduated 113 recruits, spanning 12 academies. He was very passionate about the academy, and he will be truly missed. Deputy Whipple, please prepare the class for presentation.
Class. Right. Face. Column left. March. Detail. Halt. Left. Face. Left, face. Forward, march.
To the Swanson family, on behalf of the North Idaho College and Class N0122, we would like to present you with this flag. Fred flew this flag every day during the 2021 academies, and our class flew it every day in his honor. It's a little worn, it's a little tattered, but has been flown with honor and continued reverence, just as we will remember Fred and what he did for the citizens he served in the law enforcement community he enhanced. On the nameplate, you will also find the Basic Patrol Academy's core values that Fred helped to instill in every new recruit that attended the academy: integrity, courage, strength, and ethics. These values are stated by the recruits at the end of each day during the academy's 25 and 5. For those of you that don't know what it is, it's 25 fun-filled push-ups, followed by 4 push-ups, each one with the core values as they state them, and the 5th push-up is in honor of a fallen officer. Fred was added to our 25 and 5, and he'll be a part of every academy from now on. Your family makes our family stronger. Whew. Told you this was going to be tough. Now, I would like you to please join me in welcoming North Idaho College Interim President Michael Sabali to address the class.
Good afternoon. It's great to welcome all of you here today to honor our graduates. I'm thrilled to be here to celebrate and recognize our postgraduate academy graduates. I'm looking at these fine young men who've chosen a career of ultimate service to keeping our families and communities safe. Thank you. North Idaho College gets to touch this community in so many different ways. And this is a special time for you and for us. And thank you for letting us help you along the way. I'm honored to celebrate with you and appreciate your choice of sacrifice and service to your loved ones and this community. And Danny and the Swanson family, thank you for being here today. The impact that Fred had on this program is remembered. And as you guys start off in your careers, remember what you represent with all of your interactions and the legacy that you are representing. Again, congratulations to our graduates and good luck in your future employment. I know the pride you feel today and ask that you remember the challenges and successes that got you to this stage as you enter into service. You're doing difficult but noble work. Thank you for your commitment to protect and serve. Again, congratulations, and I wish you all the best in your career. Thank you.
Deputy Whipple, please come forward for the class president's speech.
Good afternoon, family, friends, undersheriff, chiefs of police, distinguished guests, and emergency service personnel. It is hard for me to believe it has already been 16 weeks since the 5 of us arrived at the NIC Academy, very unsure of what was to come. I can say it was certainly not an easy journey, but we took it one day at a time and relied on each other heavily. Quickly, we began to work together as a team during our PT sessions, studying and writing reports. As the weeks wore on, things got more interesting, such as jumping into the lake during the first week of March in 38-degree water, and firearms training at the range when the temperature was only 5 degrees. On our final day of EVOC, emergency vehicle operations, during my driving test, I was plowing snow with the push bumper of a Crown Vic. What really opened our eyes to this profession were the scenarios. They showed us just how quickly a situation can evolve and how to keep processing information. They tested everything we had been learning, and I'd like to thank everyone who volunteered both as role players and as evaluators. Sadly, only a few weeks into our academy, our director, Fred Swanson, tragically passed away. Fred positively impacted the lives and careers of hundreds of law enforcement officers and was an instrumental part of making the academy what it is today. He will be gravely missed. Today, we also honor the memory of Sergeant Greg Moore. My class chose the motto, "Protect the Innocent," and I believe Sergeant Greg Moore embodied that motto. I can unequivocally state that my class will work together throughout our careers to live by that motto and never forget the hard work, traditions, and esprit de corps that those before us have bestowed upon us. Thank you.
Thank you, Deputy Whipple. I'd ask Abby to come forward so we can pass out a few class awards. So every academy, there's 5 awards given. Luckily, we have 5 students. Not everybody gets a prize, though. The first award I'd like to give the students are required to is the Top Physical Fitness Award. The students are required to complete the physical readiness test upon entry into the academy and upon completion of the academy. This award is presented to the student with the highest combined scores in the Idaho Post Physical Readiness Test. The test consists of 5 events: a vertical jump, the most sit-ups that can be accomplished in 1 minute, the most push-ups that can be accomplished, a 300-meter fun run, sometimes 2 in the same day, and a 1.5-mile run. We present this award to Gabriel Kolar. Our second award is the Most Improved Physical Fitness. During this course of the academy, the students are required to participate in a structured and rigorous physical training program. This award is presented to the student who, in part because of the PT program and his or her commitment to a healthy lifestyle, most improved his or her overall physical readiness test score. We present this award to Timothy Metzger. Top Gun. This award is presented to the student with the highest combined score in the Idaho handgun course. With a perfect 100% score, Wouldn't expect anything less. We present this award to Ben Whipple. Our Outstanding Professional Award. This award is presented to the student selected by his or her peers as the individual they would most want to work with in law enforcement. The recipient exemplifies those characteristics that are in keeping with the finest traditions of the law enforcement profession, including knowledge, maturity, ability, leadership, integrity, judgment, and attitude. The students vote by secret ballot for the recipient. The class presents this award to Gabriel Coeur. It's probably the mustache. Our final award is the top overall student. This award is presented to the student whose combined scores in academics, physical fitness, firearms, report writing, and practical exercises placed him or her at the top of the class. We present this award to Ben Whipple. All right, so we have some graduation certificates. So I kind of said that if I get through the whole thing, at least they graduate. Or if I can't get through the whole thing, at least they graduate, right? So we'd like to present the graduation certificates. I have some dignitaries. Please take the stage as I call your name. Presenting for the self-sponsored students, that'll be me. First off, Timothy Metzger. Jacob Shaw. Sheriff Norris, can you please come forward?
Sir, yes, sir.
It's the first time I get to order my boss what to do. Probably the last. Ben Whipple.
Come on, don't be shy. Come on up.
Oh, no.
Come on
No,
up.
photo.
Come on. Photo. All right, well done.
Chief McLean, Rathdrum Police Department. Presenting to Jared Henniger.
Thank you. Yeah.
More pictures.
Smile,
Facebook.
Lieutenant Rob Wineclaw, the Coeur d'Alene Tribal Police, presenting to Gabriel Coeur. That's his stepdad, by the way. I'm not sure if you knew that or not. Got chores when you get home. When we started to plan this ceremony, the date was set by Fred last year. I don't know at the time if Fred knew the date he wrote on the schedule coincided with the 7th anniversary of Sergeant Moore's line of duty death, but I have to believe that he did it for a reason. And for that reason, Coeur d'Alene Police Captain Dave Hagar and I spoke about it briefly following an advisory board meeting. we both concluded that it was fitting for Chief Lee White to speak to the class on the nobility of policing and all that it brings, but to also give them administer their oath and conduct the pinning ceremonies. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming the Coeur d'Alene Police Chief Lee White.
Well, thank you for inviting me to speak at this important ceremony. And on behalf of the chiefs and sheriffs of North Idaho, I'd like to congratulate these 5 recruits. And I'd like to especially thank their friends and family for their support of these new graduates as they embark on their new career as a peace officer. These 5 are going to learn very quickly that support from their loved ones not only help provide meaning in your work and your life, but it'll get you through tough times you will certainly encounter in your career. Academy graduations serve not only as a celebration of achievement, but they're a good time for veteran officers to reflect on their careers and look back on when we started down this road. My journey started 29 years ago, and I can tell you in that time, this job has changed. Society has changed. Our responsibilities have increased. Scrutiny on our profession has increased. Demand for professionalism in our craft has increased. And in those 29 years, I've seen too many murders. I've seen far too many dead kids, too many victims of sex crimes and violent crimes, and I've buried too many friends. Some people might question why a person would want to work in law enforcement in this day and age. Our men and women in uniform are targeted by criminals merely because of their profession. They're second-guessed about their decisions by, frankly, everyone. Every move and decision they make in the field is scrutinized by others in the comfort of an office or their living room or a courtroom. We can do tens of thousands of things right and have all that called into question by the one thing that we screw up. We work long hours at night, on weekends, holidays, in inclement weather, and we frequently interact with people who are having the worst day of their lives. We bear witness to some of the most gruesome, distressing, and awful things that occur in our society. If you really want a glimpse into a cop's life, ignore all that crap you see in the movies and think about your worst day ever. Cops interact with people who are experiencing the worst day ever on a daily basis, sometimes several times in the same day. Before or after that call, you get to deal with a bunch of administrative paperwork. Try to calmly speak to someone who is mad at you for something that is not your fault. Perhaps try to safely restrain a criminal who is dead set against going to jail, who will try to run, fight, or kill you to keep from going there. Now do that several times a day, several times a week for 30 years. I hope you don't have to attend as many police officer funerals as I have in my career, but I can almost guarantee you that you'll attend at least one, and it will likely be someone you know. So why the hell do we do it? Why do people become cops? We do it because we want to help people who cannot protect themselves. We want to live at a place in which members of the community don't have to fear being victims of crime. And we want to be a part of something greater than ourselves. Me, despite all the crap that I've seen in my career, I'd do it all over again without hesitation. Because in all that horrible crap we deal with, from time to time, we actually get to touch somebody and affect a life-altering change and leave things better than when we found them. Greg Moore understood that. He referred to himself as a street counselor. He understood that being a cop requires arrests and handshakes, and sometimes just being a good listener. He understood that the law was meant to be a shield, not a sword, although sometimes a sword is called for. Greg Moore, these new officers, and the people who continually serve our communities with pride and professionalism do it because they believe that they can make a difference. Our calling is to serve and protect not only our community, but the values, the ideals, and the freedoms that are so uniquely American. It's my contention this is exactly the time for honorable men and women to serve, because we are often at our best when others are at their worst. The service of officers across the United States and the sacrifice made by Sergeant Moore resonate throughout our communities and our agencies, and they remind us of why we wear the badge. They remind us that we stand for something much greater than ourselves. And the weight of the tremendous responsibility we've been entrusted with should humble us to our core. Throughout my career, I've had the opportunity to work with some of the finest people this country has to offer, and I'm continually amazed by the self-sacrifice and selfless service by the men and women who work in public safety. And I'm also frequently amazed by the support and trust of our communities. Now, for the past several months, our newest members have been learning the skills required to effectively do the job of peace officer. They've begun to master things such as arrest tactics, investigation procedures, driving and firearms, criminal law, and traffic code. Frankly, these are topics that can be learned by anyone, but it takes a special type of person to be a peace officer. To be a peace officer requires resolute character, humble professionalism, unwavering integrity, persistent courage, and steadfast compassion. And the difference between an average person who has acquired the knowledge taught in the academy and a peace officer is in how and when we apply those skills and our purpose in doing so. That's why this ceremony is so important. The most important symbol of a peace officer is not the tools on our belt or the weapons that we carry. It's this shield. It serves as a reminder that the law is meant to be a shield, that our goal is public safety and not punishment. In a few moments, we're going to ask the friends and family members to the stage to pin the badge on our new officer's chest. And the significance of this act is to remind the officer every day when he dons a uniform that he stands for something important. They're charged with protecting the community, their extended family in uniform, and those they love most, with the expectation that with the special remembrance of getting the badge pinned upon their chest by someone dear to them, the badge is that much harder to tarnish. And they protect the community just as they would their family. The badge itself stands for honor and pride, dedication and bravery, courage and compassion, service and integrity. The badge represents not just our calling, it's a recognition and nobility of policing and our reverence to our goals as guardians of our communities. And it's acknowledgement of those who come before us, who've shown compassion and bravery. Been bloodied, cried, sometimes died, upholding the honor behind that badge. It's more than just a piece of metal on our chest. It represents our dedication to professional police service and that we stand for something greater than ourselves. Now that I got through all that, it's my great honor to administer the oath to these new officers. Class, please stand, raise your right hand, and repeat after me. I do solemnly swear. That I will support and defend. The Constitution of the United States. And the Constitution and laws of the state of Idaho. And I will faithfully and impartially discharge. The duties of peace officer. According to the best of my ability. Congratulations, class. At this time, we'd like to ask friends and family members to come forward, pin the badge on your loved one's chest. Please come take photographs. This is supposed to be a happy occasion, despite what this knucklehead just did up here. Please come forward and pin the badge on their chest.
For our closing benediction, I would like to welcome Chaplain Sara Garrison. Sara was instrumental in assisting our class as she participated in most every scenario day we had, either as a victim, a bad guy, a witness, or something in between. She has seen this class from the beginning to the end, and we thank her for her service, but also for her continued support.
I think my favorite scenario was being the nasty cat neighbor. We got to do some really yelling and screaming. Thank you, Captain Miller and the Academy, for the honor of helping to graduate and congratulate these 5 new law enforcement officers. I'm excited to be here as each of you launch into your new roles in life. And I'm very grateful for the opportunity I've had to help you with your training by participating in those scenarios. I've learned so much, and I've seen such growth over the past couple of months. I am a volunteer chaplain with Idaho Police and Spirit Lake Police, and I know for certain that God has given me this calling. I'm passionate about standing behind and in support of the men and women who have chosen to wear the badge, and their families and all who support them. As you step into your careers as police officers, I pray that you will always remember that all of us are so much more than what each of our jobs define us to be. Always remember to pursue the special people in your life, and to strive to do the things that bring you genuine joy. Create memories, have fun, and spend time doing the things you love to do. Today, in addition to celebrating your graduation and honoring Fred Swanson and remembering Sergeant Moore, it is also this year's National Day of Prayer. Today, all across our country, millions of people are gathering together in cities, churches, government offices, parks, and around flags to pray for our country. These people will be praying for our leaders and lawmakers, our military, our family, schools, and churches. And they will be praying for all first responders, their families, and all the law enforcement personnel across the United States. This includes each of you, but not just for today. Know that people are praying always for our law enforcement. Here I go. So in joining with the prayers that are happening all across our nation, I would like to close with a blessing over all of you. Dear God, thank you for each one of these recruits, now peace officers, who have answered yes to the call of serving and protecting our communities. Thank you for their courage to take up their shield. We ask you for your protection over these heroes each day as they are called to duty. Bless them with compassion, physical strength, clarity of mind, much needed rest, and great health. Bless them and bring them home safely every day. And cover with peace their family and friends who love them dearly and who encourage and support them daily. Thank you, God. Amen.
Whew, emotional day. I would be remiss if I didn't thank a few extra people. First off, my agency for allowing me to come here. Truly, thank you, Sheriff. It's been quite an honor. But also my wife. Lots of years. And this one was not any easier for us, but she stood behind me every day. And we're done. All right. Would you all please stand for the retrieval of the colors? Retrieve the colors.
Color guard, retrieve the colors. Ready, hold.